protocol observed. Dear friends, as we conclude this third Yemen International Forum, let me first and foremost express my deep gratitude to Salah Center for organizing this. It's impressive. You began, I think, in Stockholm. The first idea was launched, participated then, and then you moved forward, and it was one organized in The Hague, and now this third Yemen International Forum in Amman. I have to say I'm impressed. Let me also express my gratitude to the taxpayers of the kingdoms of Norway and the Netherlands, and also the Open Society Foundation for having made sure that this forum has been able to take place. While I was unfortunately unable to attend the beginning of this event, as you are well aware, my office has been engaged deeply in all discussions that have been taking place. They have followed the debates, and they have listened closely to the different perspectives. And me, having participated in also in previous forums, I know and I greatly value the energy and all the exchanges and the dedication and the commitments that these gatherings represents. So really well done. My office and I consistently draw on the insights of you all, of Yemeni leaders, of the civil society, of women, of youth, the private sector and international partners to help inform our work and our actions towards a future where Yemenis can live in dignity, in peace and in prosperity. You have gathered here not just as policymakers or experts, but as dedicated stakeholders in Yemen's future. Most of you have gathered here as dedicated Yemenis. These discussions have been candid and at times difficult, but always necessary. But if there is one message I would like to deliver to this forum, and I mean it sincerely, and it comes from the bottom of my heart, and that is this: peace is always possible, even in the most challenging times, but it demands relentless effort. It demands unified will and sheer determination. And you can rest assured that you will always get exactly that from myself and from my colleagues. We will always focus on Yemen for the sake of Yemen. The challenges Yemen faces today are immense, and we know that. You have been discussing about that during these last days. And these challenges have been at the very heart of these discussions, and among them, the continued degradation of civic space, particularly in areas under al-Sa'ala control. The campaign of arbitrary detentions and of staff of the United Nations, of civil society, the diplomatic community, and the private sector, and the deplorable tragic death in detention of our World Food Programme colleague, highlight the growing risks and shrinking space for those working to support Yemen's people. Such actions threaten fundamental rights, they erode trust, and hinder peace efforts. These actions must end, and there must be accountability. It was therefore hugely important that the United Nations Security Council sent a strong and united message a few days ago, condemning the death of our colleague, demanding the immediate and unconditional release of all those detained, as well as reiterating its support for the United Nations in our efforts towards a negotiated, inclusive, Yemeni-led and Yemeni-owned political settlement. Ladies and gentlemen, the road ahead is not going to be an easy one. It has never been an easy one, but this particular time, these upcoming months, these upcoming half year, the next year is going to be particularly challenging. The risk of a military escalation within Yemen is increasing. It is threatening to deepen suffering and set back efforts towards peace. The humanitarian crisis is severe, and the political divisions persist. Yet, this forum has demonstrated that there is both the expertise and the determination to confront these challenges. Over the past 3 days, you have explored and reflected on the collective responsibilities for achieving peace and stability in Yemen. with strong emphasis on the crucial role of transitional justice, which is Yemeni-led and designed and has the rights of victims at its core. Importantly, you have also had constructive discussions on how to address Yemen's economic challenges, including how to overcome the technical, political and security challenges to restart the production and export of oil and gas. Another point of animated discussion has been the impact of the United States Foreign Terrorist Organization designation of Ansar Allah. There is a lot of speculation and conjecture about this, and clarifications are currently being sought. It is important that our efforts to advance the peace process are protected. And last week I was in Washington and in New York, where my message has been clear on the need for a political process under the United Nations auspices. Ultimately, a political process is needed to address the fundamental issues. Time and again, Yemenis from across different parts of the country identified three critical priorities: economic recovery, a nationwide ceasefire, and an inclusive political process to chart the future of the country. That's what is needed. These were the very issues the parties committed to in the roadmap, and I believe that these elements remain valid today. Protecting the mediation space remains my priority, ensuring the parties can make meaningful progress and that we can directly tackle the issues that you have been discussing over the past 3 days. To our international partners, I implore you, don't lose sight of Yemen amid the many global crises. Your continued diplomatic, financial and humanitarian support is vital. To Yemeni actors, I urge you to keep the doors to dialogue open and prioritize the national interest over factional divides. And to civil society, and the private sector as well, your role is indispensable, and I mean it. Your innovation and your resilience will be the foundation for the new Yemen. And as we leave this forum, I want to thank you for your engagement, for your commitment, and for your hope. The road to peace may be complicated, but with our collective perseverance, I believe it is possible. I wish you safe travels, and I look forward to our continued collaborations in the months ahead. Long live Yemen. Thank you.